Ugh. Alright, 3, 2, 1, boom.
Hey, what's up guys, Rick here. Welcome back to another edition of Community Notes, Violating People. For those who are not familiar, Community Notes are a communal fact-check system on Twitter where qualified users can leave a note underneath a tweet providing additional context, and if that note gets enough upvotes from the community, it is publicly applied to the tweet.
Actually, one good feature about Twitter, Community
often leading
Notes.
to funny results.
Fact-check.
Now, as we get into this video, I gotta point.
And it's not done by like one person, it's deliberated by a group of people that do it. It's not just like, you know, one outlet or like people hired at Twitter. It's actual people.
Out this account here. This is where we used to get a lot of the screenshots of community notes being applied to various tweets. Unfortunately, it seems that they have switched owners on this account, and now all they do is post engagement bait slop like this.
Yeah, because it makes money. It's super cringe when this happens. Like a good website or a good account gets bought out or they change management. Oh, it's so upsetting.
And on top of that, they've gotten hit with notes themselves. I mean, how the mighty have fallen. But look at this tweet. What a weird tweet. The DOJ has launched a crusade against successful companies like Visa and MasterCard, sending a message that success in America is punished. And the note says, this is a straw man. These companies are being investigated / sued for various antitrust practices.
Bro, stick to fucking posting community notes. What the hell is this shit?
I don't know what kind of weird arc someone's going through where they're defending Visa and MasterCard, but this is a very strange tweet. Not only is it breaking the gimmick and the purpose of the account, it's being hit with the feature it dedicated itself to in the first place. As we talked about on this channel, Visa and MasterCard are very manipulative. They like to basically threaten to remove their payment services from various platforms, and they're often targeting a lot of Japanese platforms, particularly in the art community, and it's a very strange thing. They pretty much force these companies to remove artwork from their platform, and I mean anything that's like beyond consensual hand-holding, okay? It's a very weird thing, but here they are defending Visa and MasterCard. Strange arc, but they got hit with a note, and it's quite frankly deserved.
It's not just strange, it's like, do you guys remember when you were, maybe this is like, no, I remember like Tumblr accounts, they would get bought out because they're popular. It happens quite a lot. I started noticing it on like Tumblr when I used it for like looking at Pokemon, like Pokemon art. It was really weird when you'd follow like an account that's like got over like 1 million followers or something, and then they get bought out and they start posting like random crap, and it's just like, dude, like you sold out, man.
Now we're going to move on to the next arc of this video, a very unhinged meltdown in the VTubing scene, which is saying something if it's more unhinged than normal. But before we get into that, let's hear from today's sponsor. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Giga Chads at Factor have returned to sponsor this video. Get 50% off and free shipping on your first Factor box using my link. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code with your phone. Now, what is Factor? It is a trusted pre-made meal delivery service. Every fresh, never frozen meal is chef-crafted, dietitian approved, and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. And with a weekly menu consisting of 35 options, there's always new and delicious meals to try. Factor will bring fresh meals straight to your door without the hassle of having to leave the house to shop at the grocery store or having to waste time cooking. Because let's face it, why spend your time there when you could be at home watching people get destroyed by community notes? It does not look like that coming out of the package, I think. And with just 2 minutes of prep time, Factor will have you dishing out banger meals with almost no effort at all. As I always say, if you're familiar with this channel, you know I only promote services I stand by. I'm not just a partner with Factor, I'm also a loyal customer.
What the hell is that?
I also love Factor because they offer not only delicious meals, but also high protein and diet conscious meal options for people like me who want to maximize their gains at the gym. So if you're interested in trying out Factor, click the link in the description or scan the QR code with your phone. Welcome back, guys.
Kitty.
So now we're going to talk.
Oh, Kitty. Hi, you want to come on? Come here. Come on. Come on, kitty. Ah, come on. You asshole, why'd you meow at me? Kitty, come on. Puppies, come on. Oh my god, you're such an asshole. I hate cats sometimes. What do you want, kitty? Oh, now you want to jump. Oh, there we go. Fucking asshole cat. Mwah. He's hungry, he wants food. Sorry, kitty, you get fed in an hour. I don't know what to tell you.
Talk about this VTuber named Gumpie. As you can see, they follow 0 people. That's red flag number 1. Why is that a red flag, Rev? I don't really know. It just tends to check out. But you can see they've lost a couple thousand followers over the past 24 hours due to some controversial tweets.
Not surprising.
So let's begin with this right here.
I just don't understand. Like, okay, you're an edgy VTuber or you're an edgy person, but like this is just so so cringe.
Dramatic tweet saying, "I'm getting R-worded by the VTuber community. Yeah. God, please help me." So you can see this is the first of many notes that have been applied to her account over the past 24 hours. And the note says, obviously she is not being assaulted in any
take your meds, schizo
sort of a way. Rather, she's facing criticism for a series of controversial tweets she has made. Beginning with this one right here. So it's a call-out post targeting this artist named Kuza, saying, "Hey, please don't allow this person in your VTuber Discord. He goes to VTuber Discord to steal a person's character."
Kuza also makes plushies for Face Connect. I knew about them before.
To make into a plushie. He has profited off of Gumpie, and I don't have any association or shared profits with him. That's red flag number 2 when someone refers to themselves unironically in the third person. But you can see the next note here saying, "This user is falsely accusing LPT_Kuza of being a scammer. In reality..."
Yeah, and Kuza makes plushies for Face Connect.
Kuza is an indie toy maker from Vietnam, known for making handmade custom order plushies. So now, we'll hear an actual statement from the artist in a second, but to give you the bare bones context, essentially someone commissioned Kuza to make a plushie of Gumpie's VTuber model. And after they got done with the commission, they had some extra plushies left over, so they decided to sell them to her community.
I understand if they had, like, you know, over 100 plushies. I get it, why you'd be, like, a little bit upset, but at the same time, it's 3 or 4 plushies, bro. And also the shipping out of Vietnam is probably insane, since they live kind of like almost at the center of where you'd be sending stuff to. Like, if you want to send it to Europe, it goes one way, and then to America, it's like the other way. So it would be really expensive. He's probably not even making like a big profit off of it, plus like the materials.
On Discord. That's it. That's what initiated this whole entitled meltdown. Let's see some more tweets, just to give you an idea of what we're dealing with here. So she would actually mock the artist in the replies saying this: "He's making AliExpress Temu tier plushies of my character, LOL."
What? This looks nice. I've made plushies before. When I was around about 15, I made some of like a favorite band that I had. And they were ugly. They were made out of felt. This looks high quality.
The eyes aren't even correct. Gumpie's eye color is pink, not effing orange. Again, he just goes server to server just to profit off of other VTubers' characters. Well, he has every right to make these plushies of characters. He is allowed to do that. But on top of that, shaming this person who made a plushie that they were commissioned to create is wild. Now, I don't want to come off as like holier than thou or Mr. Wholesome Chungus here, but like as a content creator, as someone who's had official merch lines, also unofficial and fan-made merch, I don't think there's anything cooler as a content creator than people making merch for you, right? Or
someone approached me to make badges, and they asked me and they said, "Hey, we're gonna make a bunch of badges, custom order. With the art, we're gonna pay for the art." And they said, "Do you want us to give you a cut?" And I said, "No, because it's fan art. You can do whatever you want, man." Like, it's not something, like, again, all of that is for them, and they're producing it for other smugglers. And they look really good, by the way. If you want to check them out, they're in the Discord. I said this last time. I just feel like it's so... It's like you're not in it for, like, developing a community, and you're only in it for, like, self-serving and profit, you know? Like, I understand you have to make money and whatever. Like, if you're making, like, plushies and you're selling hundreds, like, yeah, so obviously you're gonna need to account for the cost and everything. But, like, do you need all that money? Like, really? Like 3 plushies, you're gonna make $100. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Even wanting merch related to your channel. That's a very
shows
cool
her character,
thing to see.
exactly.
And someone like this having an entitled meltdown over someone making plushies they were commissioned to make is just very bizarre. But they would
commissioned by a fan, probably, too. Imagine how the fan feels, too. That they got themselves a plushie of this person, and they turned out to be a massive fucking cunt. I would throw it in the garbage. No, low-key, I would. I'd be like, dude, I can't believe this. The audacity.
And they would say this. It would have been a completely different story if he mailed me the extra plushies, but no, he's so profit-oriented that he decided to sell
mirror emoji, by the way, profit-oriented, freaking out over fucking 3 or 4 plushies being sold to other fans.
Knockoffs to people in my community who have no idea when their will get shipped. Bro lives in Vietnam. There's no way he is struggling for extra cash in that country with his business.
Okay, we're just bringing up straight up racism into that.
You can sell orange juice with coffee shots for $1 and live off of that for a week in that effing country. So what?
Cringe.
Wouldn't be a public Vtuber meltdown without a dash of racism added into that. But also they would say this, and getting hit with another note, I'll always get effed over by the VTubing community no matter what. No,
not even the VTuber community. You're just a fucking asshole. This isn't even about being a VTuber. You're just a rat.
My design/character are worded for profit while not even getting anything for free. Many such cases, and then this user replies saying, Rev, put me in the video. You got it, chief. There you are. But anyways, yeah. So really, there's no like nice way of going about this. But like, who are you? Like, what is this sense of entitlement that people are profiting off of your likeness? Spoiler alert, the artist sold 4 plushies. 4 plushies. And this is what this person is seething about. It's very, very strange. But they would continue on to not only attack the artist further, but also shame anyone from her community who actually bought one.
You're shaming your own community for buying a plushie that someone made with their hands. It wasn't even factory produced. This person hand-stitched it, designed it, made the art, got the materials. Like, what?
Saying this, LOL, I'm sorry to those who bought the plushie, but it's kinda your fault. It wasn't even vetted by me, and it's poorly made. Like, what were you expecting? Ah ha ha ha. Well, let's talk about the artist. Okay, I'll put a link to their account in the description if you want to go give them a follow and check out their commission work. But yeah, you can see Kusa here. They would make an official statement responding to everything, and you can see it has 32,000 likes, 2.3
million views. That means it went out into the stratosphere of VTubing, by the way. A rule of thumb that I use is that 250 to 600, I'd say even 500K is where it's seen by within the community of VTubing if you're like oriented towards VTubing. If it goes above that, it means it went into like mainstream, like normal people using Twitter. Yeah.
Million views.
Massive views.
This is a universally supported post right here. So they say this, I got commissioned to make a Gunpei plushie. I still have some plushie body after I finish it.
That's called a prototype. They were selling a prototype, or like they just had material left over. There's nothing wrong with that objectively. You're probably making returns on the material.
Then I go ask everyone on SV if they wanted it. I only sold 3. That only 4 Gunpei plushie ever sold. I'm sorry for not thinking it through. I only thought people would like to have it. And then they go on to apologize and say all these things, which my response and pretty much everybody's response to this is, you have nothing to apologize for. You did literally nothing wrong. And you can see these are just some of the replies. This is the first section of replies. And you can see some big names, both indie and agency VTubers praising this artist and also talking about how they've had a good experience and they appreciate the plushies they've gotten commissioned from this artist. And yeah, I mean, what a weird hill to die on. I mean, this is like your first impression to everybody in the VTubing scene is being an entitled brat melting down over someone making a fan-made plushie of your VTuber model. And here's their commission prices also, if you want to check it out. Definitely, again.
Look, they even hand-crocheted little Pippa plushies. There's Mori. There's Bale. They did a little custom Sanrio one. That's so cute,
Support the artists.
Man.
They don't deserve any of this. But let's wrap up this arc of the video with a final set of notes. A two-time feature here. 2 notes apply to the same series of interactions here where Gunpei says, "Hi, you can support me by the new Uwu Market merch drop on November 25th at 3 p.m. I do get 20% profits. Pretty good. At least it gets profits. At least I get profits then compared to this fellow where I get absolutely 0
for 4 plushies. And you didn't even like, I just can't, man. Well, just at least people, like, they show their true character. That they only care about VTubing or like having an image because they want money. It's sad. Yeah, what a slag. I know. I hope Uwu drops him. This isn't even like political or anything. I don't give a fuck that they use like fucking naughty words and shit like that. You're just being a fucking asshole at this point. And you're being a fucking racist piece of shit to top it off and trying to shame the person. Yeah.
I don't really know what's going on with that potential merch drop, but there's a lot of people talking about that. We'll see if that actually happens or not, but that's going to conclude this arc of the video. Yeah, what a mess. But let's continue on with some more standard notes. Speaking of entitlement here, here's a tweet saying, "Streaming is way harder than a 9 to 5. I don't care, be mad."
No, it's not, man. Getting dressed, brushing your teeth, packing your lunch, fucking shoveling your driveway when it snows or going outside when it's cold. It's not, man. I just walk over and we can turn on my fucking computer, man. You have to be consistent, sure. I totally get it. It's hard turning on stream every single day. People are mean to you. Like, there's not a lot of laws protecting you from, like, being harassed and shit. And people saying mean shit about you online. But turn off the computer and fucking walk away. It's really not that hard. If you have to commute an hour away, or even less than that, to your work, that's already harder than going to being a streamer. I can't complain. I fucking hated going to fucking 9 to 5. But yeah, but you don't stream every single day. Oh, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying. You have to be consistent with a 9 to 5. Okay, you're misunderstanding me. For those that don't know, you can't really take holidays and breaks as a streamer because people will forget you like that. At least you have a designated amount of time that you have for vacation as a 9 to 5. Yeah, like it really matters that you are constantly online and invisible. You can't really take breaks. I have 25 days off per year at my job. I still think 9 to 5 is a lot harder. I don't know. I worked a 9 to 5. It fucking sucked ass. Rain or snow or shine, dying, fucking snot in your fucking mouth. Like, it doesn't matter. At least I can take a day off if I'm feeling, like, really shitty. And nobody's gonna care. Like, I don't have to answer to anyone. I don't have to clock in and be like, "Oh my god, I can't come into work today." And then the manager's like, "No, you have to come in." It's like,
about it. The note says, "This post is engaging in engagement farming or rage baiting, which violates X's rules." That's the catch-all.
They don't ban people for engagement farming or rage baiting, though. I see it on my timeline all the time.
That gets applied to a lot of engagement bait and rage bait content like this. But yeah, this is a losing argument. Anytime someone brings up the whole streaming is harder than 9 to 5, you're already catching an L if you're going with that. Like, yes, there's unique challenges to being a streamer or content creator. You know, working a regular job, I didn't have to worry about getting death threats because of my opinions.
That's what I mean. I don't mean it like it's worse or it's better. It's just a different type of work. It's a different type of like job risk. You working in a mine shaft is a different risk than you working at a hospital as well. Like both things have their downsides.
Regarding like video games and silly stuff like that. But there's no possible way a reasonable person actually thinks streaming is way harder than a 9-to-5.
No.
And if you do actually believe that streaming is harder than a 9-to-5, I would just say keep that to yourself, because there's no universe where you're going to say that publicly and not get shamed for it. So let's move on to
imagine you say that to like your average Joe Schmo. Good lord.
The next note, this one says, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson were urged to make their fight bare knuckle because of low ticket sales. And the note says, the idea of making this fight bare knuckle was brought up on a single podcast which Dexerto is using to create clickbait. The fight will be a boxing match with gloves. Now,
Dexerto is so cringe. Like, man, like they're useful for like getting news like instantly, but you always have to like double check them because they're just so disingenuous, like about everyone and everything. And I don't mean like they have a bias; they just get shit wrong all the time.
I actually watched this fight, and it was very disappointing. Besides the lag on Netflix making it almost unwatchable, the fight itself was very, very underwhelming, to say the least, and a lot of people were very disappointed. It does seem that they sold a lot of tickets. I don't think that was an issue. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. Crunchyroll, saying today the VRM MMORPG, that's a mouthful, Sword Art Online came to an end thanks to Kirito's efforts. All 6,147 remaining players were logged out by the system and saved. And the note says, while the remaining 6,100 players are still alive, roughly 300 have yet to wake up. It is currently unclear why this is the case, and the related investigation is still ongoing. I love seeing
community noting anime.
Crunchyroll get actually by a note. This is a very interesting note.
That's fucking funny, dude.
Sword Art Online
based weeb fact checkers
and lore, which is quite funny. But let's move on to the next note. This one's saying, just in, Jeff Bezos sold another 3 billion Amazon stock. Looking good, Jeff. And the note says the person pictured is Vin Diesel and not Jeff Bezos. And honestly, I get it.
To be fair, Jeff Bezos, Vin Diesel, and Pitbull, they all wear the same types of glasses and they're all bald. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. You get them confused.
I don't even know if they're making a joke here. I mean, this is understandable. Pretty much every bald guy who's a celebrity gets confused with Vin Diesel all the time. But here's the next note saying he did it. And the note says, Donald Trump has not worn any scroll costumes, at least publicly.
Dude. I would actually fucking throw up and die if this happened.
The image above is AI generated. You know what? I'm going to dispute the note. I'm going to say this is real. This is American politics. It's a canon event in American politics right here. I'm going to say this actually happened because it's way funnier if it did. Oh my god, dude. Here's another one saying, my friend has just ordered possibly the worst takeaway order of all time. I am shocked.
It's a steak ad. I see this all the time. This is so fucking cringe. Drake posted this. Ew. Is this the real Drake?
The note says, this is a recycled image and tweet, and also contains an undisclosed ad. This is a big problem on Twitter. A lot of the big gimmick accounts and stuff, they're constantly sponsored by Stake, which I believe is a gambling platform. And basically, if you put stuff like that in your tweets, you're supposed to get hit with a note, so you can't make any more ad revenue from it because it's an undisclosed ad. But yeah, you already know a post is going to be slop if it has some sort of watermark like that, because
they're going to start hiding it in like the shirts and shit. Can you imagine? Yeah, can you imagine? They would start hiding in like shirts or like little spots like that so people don't point it out instantly.
It's clearly just
so you get your bag
for engagement baiting. But here's the last one saying, if Trump wins, I'll give $50 to everyone that engages with this post. And the note simply says, no, they won't. And the citation is just X. It's just Twitter. Very bizarre. But yeah, anyone who makes these sorts of promises should be legally bound to follow through.
Chan, I'm going to give you $100 if you stay in stream. No, I'm not. Just kidding, Lamau.
If you're going to post stupid engagement bait like that, you got to follow through. But anyone with an NFT profile picture, one of those gorilla profile pictures in the year 2024, like,
actually,
they don't got $50
it's a monkey, not
but anyways,
a gorilla.
That's going to do it for this video. Another round of community notes, violating people. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
That was great. Actually, it's an ape. Shut up! I'm never wrong. I'm a woman. You're supposed to say, of course, Alana. That's the girlfriend experience. You have to say I'm right. Yeah. Bitch. Yeah, I'm never wrong. Sure, honey. Yeah, right. Right.